Hey people, it's been a year since I released my show. Fuck, I should probably talk about that, shouldn't I? So back at the latter half of 2021, thoughts were brewing around in my head about making some kind of sketch comedy show. I wanted to make something I could, enjoy making and actually finish it because, I never got real with my art prior to the show. It was mostly just dumb little animations and, like fucking Harold. And but then suddenly, on one faithful day in 2021, I drew this image of this sock puppet on my character's hand. How shocking. And suddenly, the next Jimmy Fallon was born. Somehow. Okay, yeah, I'd like to pretend that there was a lot of thought put into the show, but no. Don't get that impression. Most of the show was made on a whim, and of course there were intentional decisions made, like, hand-eye being symbolism for the truth or whatever, but still, a lot of it was just made on a whim. So, I was originally just gonna make it this stupid improvised video series thing, where I just said stupid things into the microphone and then animated it, like the first episode implied. But that changed a lot. You can tell from the first episode to the last episode how much the show changed, how different everything is, how different Saki's voice is. He originally sounded like a constipated pig. It became this mess of a show that hated being episodic, but also liked being episodic, but also hated being episodic. And it made fun of being episodic. There was a lot of meta humor. Okay, there was a lot of things I didn't like about the show, the stuff that I regretted, but there's also stuff that I am so proud of, and it just makes the show feel like my baby. I guess there may be people who have never watched the show, so I guess I should probably give a rundown of it. Woo! HP's Comedic comedy show is my show about me who also isn't me, hosting a niche, like Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show-esque comedy show with his anthropomorphic salesman sock named Saki, until they all find out that they're living in my brain. And since they're all living in my brain, that granted me the ability to make this show batshit insane. I kind of implied this earlier on in the video, but yeah, I made everything on a whim. I didn't know what I was doing at all for the show. I just knew that I was going to the baseline of this is a comedy show, this is what I'm doing with it. Gonna be funny, I guess, even though it wasn't really that funny. But yeah, I made everything on a whim. I didn't know what I was doing. Just like a real comedy show. You don't know what you're gonna do next in a real comedy show, real talk show, whatever. The first few episodes were experiments for the rest of the show, basically. The commercials episode, I forget, was that episode 3? I think it was episode 3, or was that episode 2? I don't know. Whichever one had like the commercials and stuff. That was just an experimental episode to like kind of flesh out the characters, I guess, a little. They didn't really need much fleshing out because Saki was just spammed in, but without the corruption. So I want to talk about something in that episode, actually. So Saki's commercial, this was like really unclear in the episode, but Saki's commercial where he's dancing and shit, that was a parody of item label videos. I don't know if you know what item label is, but they're this company that makes these wacky little creature products, and I thought their marketing was genius because they're really stupid, and it's just like these plushy. I have a peepee. It's a plush. It's a plush. The peepee's a plush. But yeah, I was just referencing this like new era of marketing where everything's kind of really stupid, and I love it. I love this new turn for more creative marketing instead of just Apple products. Yeah. So that episode was just kind of like, these were kind of just like a parody. Like all of these episodes are kind of just like parodies of interests of mine at the time. Like my little fixations. Like at the time I was like fixated on what was it? Yeah, like the law firm commercials, which is why there's a law firm commercial in it. This takes place in my mind, so I thought, hey, that makes sense, right? Yeah, so my fixations are weaved into basically all my work, actually. Yeah. And then for some reason, like, for some reason, a lot of my work in 2022 just referenced drugs, like Nostalgia Man. So episode 2, there was the drugs, the family-friendly apple juice, aka beer. Have like a fucking acid trip with beer for some reason. I just thought that was a funny idea for an episode. Then of course we have the Holy Grail, my crypto parody. I wanted to do some form of political satire in the show for some reason, so I chose cryptocurrency. And you know, I hate NFTs, I hate the crypto space, I think it's stupid, and NFTs are gonna ruin art if they actually, I think NFTs are kind of dead, but yeah, I believed in that, and I still believe in that. But if I made that episode now, it'd be about AI art. Yeah, it's just me being angry about crypto, basically. Then episode 5, it's revealed. Ooga booga, Hand-Eye is here. Hand-Eye is the little hand eye guy that was inspired by iRock from Mario Kart. It was the boss in Mario Kart DS. And he tells the little guys that they're in a brain. Oh no, so scary, so sad. For some reason, this episode actually turned out pretty good. I kind of liked the end product of them like finding out that they're in the brain, and like I revealed it with an item label product, my PP. And I just thought it was funny. I liked the end result of that episode. And then after that, another curveball. Oh no, oh man. This is where my weird plot things happen. Motivation Monstrosity's here now, and he's ready to stop the show from being episodic. I mean, he wants to keep the show episodic, but he's stopping it from being episodic by not... I don't know what I was doing. I really wish I didn't do the episodic, not episodic stuff, and I just went with the flow. I really hate that I did that. If I were to remake the show, I would remove all the weird episodic, or whatever, making fun of plots or whatever, just like, whatever, you know, story structure's stupid. We should all just be different, whatever, making stuff. I don't know why I did all this. I didn't represent my point well. I hate that I did that. But, you know, I like Motivation Monstrosity as a character, and I know a lot of others did too, so that's pretty great. Yeah, I like Motivation Monstrosity. He's a guy. He's a silly guy. I say a lot. I'm sorry. Then there comes the point where, you know, I knew at the beginning of making the show that I wanted it to be 10 episodes. And I was nearing the end of the show. I didn't know how to finish it, really. I was thinking about the episode where I didn't really mention like PH in the crypto episode. PH is like the opposite version of me or whatever. He likes crypto. And I was originally gonna have PH just end the show somehow. I forgot how he was gonna end the show, but yeah, he was gonna end the show, and I was gonna make it a bad ending because I've tried coming up with something that could have like a bad ending, like the villain winning, and have it work without it being unsatisfying. That would have been unsatisfying, so I didn't do that. Yeah, so I had an entire episode about Saki making his own independent company that sells iPhones or something. I don't even know. But that just ended up setting up a thing for the final episode, so I guess it worked in the end. And then there was an episode about how done I was with the show. I hate this. I'm tired. Yeah, I was kind of losing steam for the show. I was losing my like ideas for this dumb little world in my head. So I made an episode about it, and the entire episode is just me being tired of the show. I like what I did for this episode because I made like music that's like sounds like less. It's like I use liminal music as a reference point. Like liminal music is like music that doesn't sound like much or whatever. So I use that as a point of reference for the music, and I just like the music that I made for that episode. Basically, it's like the theme, but it's tired sounding, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I made a lot of music for the show. I don't know music theory, but I make music, and I enjoy making music. But I don't understand what I'm doing. I just do it. I don't really know how to articulate what I do, if you can't tell by now. But it's okay, because I'm doing it anyway. I had a lot of help. I did this entire show by myself. I didn't have any help from anybody, but like my friends made suggestions, of course. And one of the things that one of my friends told me one of the days after I posted like the goodnight episode, they were like, "Hey, you never explained why Sagi the talking cum sock." And I'm just like, "Oh, I didn't do that. Let me make an episode about it and retcon the whole cum sock thing, because that's kind of weird." So I made an episode that explains what Saki is, and he's an infectious species of sock puppet that invades people's brains and tries to sell them stuff, which I thought could be funny and tie into PH's sock puppet buddy named Sock Guy, because I thought it would be like, hey, Sock Guy invaded PH's brain, and he he made him a crypto bro, because that's what happens to crypto bros. The more I explain the show, the more insane I feel. Alright, and then just like that, suddenly we hurtle to the final episode of this shit show. The final episode. And it's... honestly, I'm proud of the finale. I like the finale. I'm proud of what I did for the finale. Basically, Motivation Angel, who is the little guy that's meant to just defeat Motivation Monstrosity, but I don't know what gender Motivation Angel is. I never decided that. Motivation Angel just kind of stands there, but the whole symbolism is that Motivation Angel is giving them the motivation to defeat Motivation Monstrosity so he can end the show. Yeah. Basically, Motivation Angel does that, and they get out of there, and Saki and HP start their own cookie company called Sock Inc. And then the red bird from the other thing I made in 2022, Nostalgia Man, which is the red bird is symbolism for moving on, appears because this entire finale represented me moving on from my past self and becoming new. I don't know. I'm a different person now from when I was in 2018 with all the, that stuff. So yeah, then the show's over. Whoa. Yeah, this was my first show ever, and I did it by not planning anything at all and just jumping right into it. So that's why it's kind of messy, kind of stupid, but I still value it because I still think that there's some merit behind me making a show by myself, completely by myself. I just think it feels sort of personal to me because there's a lot of me in it. And that kind of sounds really stupid, but it's just a personal piece, I guess. I don't know. You should watch it, I guess. If not, then this video seems really stupid to you. You kind of have to watch it to get it, I'd say. Not just saying that to, make you watch it and for me to get views, but, because, it just makes more sense if you watch it. So yeah, this was my retrospective, I guess. I didn't sound very smart and artistic because I can't sound smart and artistic because I'm not smart and autistic. Okay, I'm sorry for that. That was it's true, but that was stupid. Okay, I probably could have done better with this video, but whatever. It's just a stupid retrospective. I'm just remembering what I did and whatever, learning from my past mistakes. This is just I don't know. If you actually watch this, then thank you, I guess. I love you. And yeah, happy new year, guys. Here's for a good 2023. I hope I make more crazy shit this year. Whoa! That's gonna be my goal. I'm gonna make more crazy shit that's better than the stuff that came out this year. And this was the best year that I've ever had with my creative stuff, and I'm gonna keep saying that because it's true. Because this is this is the year that I actually did stuff, and I met cool people in like the experimental animation community, whatever. This was a good year for animation stuff. I wouldn't say it was the best for my personal life, but I don't want to talk about that. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe for more dumb videos and more of my genius that I just can't process. I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't know. Some people call me a creative genius. I don't know. Whatever I am, I'm not anything. I'm just a blue blob. I don't have creative genius.